increased our seating capacity by 200.
People were standing.
Yeah.
Ready to go?
People were
to see that.
standing.
All right.
I saw Zakai standing up there.
Really?
Yeah. Before I did puberty.
I didn't see
It was banned.
So obviously we just talked about it, but sellout crowd, big win today, get to send off the seniors with a win. Just kind of for the three of you, what does it mean for you guys? What's today rank in terms of where the season's at, and just how do you all feel?
Well, we've been working really hard in the gym to get those bigger scores, and it really showed today. And we have a lot more to work for. But today was definitely one of the funnest meets I've ever competed at. The energy was really, really good. It was really high, and the sellout just made it even better.
Yeah, it was crazy, like looking up in the stands and just seeing like people standing because there weren't even enough seats. It was pretty incredible. We're very thankful for Beaver Nation and for the seniors. That was really, really cool to have that all for them. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an amazing day to celebrate the seniors, the fans always add to that electricity in the gym and that energy in the gym. When you go away, some places have a lot of people in the stands and some places don't. And so to be able to come home and compete in front of our fans, in front of Beaver Nation, it's just a different energy. It's just they're that additional person in the lineup, They make a huge difference. And so we were glad to and happy to be able to celebrate this with all of our fans of Beaver Nation. So, yeah.
You're coming off of basically a month on the road.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see, where did you see the team progress over the course of this last month?
I think we had some ups and downs. I think traveling in and out and getting into flight delays and other things, it can wear and tear on you and only be home for 3 days and then go back out on the road. They did a great job of really staying strong. I think we had a hiccup at Metroplex. That was probably one of where we saw like that wear and tear hit us the most. But they came back the next week knowing that Jade was not going to be competing, and they came back really strong and competed strong at Stanford, and then brought that energy back to San Jose before we came home. So we were on the right trajectory. I think Metroplex just kind of woke us up and, kind of like we came back and said, okay, what do we need to change? What are we doing, that we want to keep? What are things that we feel we need to interject into our training, into just what we're doing on a daily basis? And it really made us realize, we have to focus and train the way we want to compete. So even in that same mindset, not just doing the skills and the routines. There's a lot more of that. And I think the athletes have put in a tremendous amount of work of bringing that right mindset and talking to themselves the same way that they're going to talk to themselves on the competition floor. That makes a big, big difference. And so we're starting to see all of that fall into place. You guys can add on.
It was pretty tough being on the road for a whole month because, the fan base really brings us up and the energy around us is really different. Not sleeping in my bed for like a couple weekends was hard also because of school, and it was really tough to stay on top of school, but we were all really doing really well with that. Now it's finals week, so kind of have to lock in for that. But it definitely taught us to be closer to each other and understand what we need for each other and how everyone operates, and yeah.
I think it's just good, it was a good experience to know, no matter the circumstance, we can hit a good routine and we can put up good scores. And I think, it was also good to have, a few hiccups on the road just so that we know how to adjust and what we need to do, just in case anything like that happens again. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It also taught us and kind of reiterated that we cannot worry about what we can't control. There were a lot of different things that are thrown at you when you're on the road that long, and they got better at letting go of focusing on what they can't control and just focusing in on what they can control.
you honored a large group of seniors today. I want to talk about one of them in particular. Lauren was not able to compete last year. What have you seen from her? What's it meant to have her be able to be back and competing with the team this year through a health issue that kept her off the map?
I love Lo so much. She's been incredible this year, and it's amazing to see her come back from such a hard year last year. It's really inspiring for me. She works hard every single day, and she puts all that she can every single day, and it's truly just amazing, and she's the most amazing person. So,
What she's been through is really hard, but she's always so positive, and she's a big inspiration for this team because you can go through something really hard, but just be positive and you're going to be okay.
I think too that what she went through, she's still going through. It hasn't gone away. So she is working through that on a daily basis. And I think Olivia said that she gives everything she can for that day, whatever that might be. We do have to regulate things at certain times because, especially being on the road for 4 weeks, I mean, that did not help with what she is working through, and she was tremendous at that. I've seen even a change at the end of this week, not having to travel for her, and I think too, getting some of her bigger projects done probably helps too, because they're dealing with school and all of those stresses. But I do want people to realize that why Lo is so incredible is that this hasn't disappeared. She hasn't just overcome what she's going through. She's working with it every single day and makes a choice to bring everything she has that day, which is pretty remarkable because most people probably wouldn't be able to do what she does.
If I'm reading the numbers right, this was the 4th highest team score in program history. Is that right?
I don't know.
I haven't looked at my notes.
I look at him.
Yeah.
Matt?
It's right in that range.
Come on, Matt.
What's got to go right to put up a 197.7?
I think just hitting on all cylinders. I mean, they're doing what they are doing in the gym. And before we knew what they are capable of, but now we're starting to see all of that come into play. And I think too is starting to relax and let their bodies just do what their bodies know what to do and not trying to force it in there. I think on the road, there were a few times where we were trying to force things to happen rather than just let them happen. So that is something that I've really seen a change in. And that has to be a priority.
yeah, we're just doing what we practiced, and
Yeah.
it's starting to come out. We still even have small things that we can work on, so it's just really exciting to see.
Yeah, no surprise in the score. I know we got that. We can do even better.
A score like that, you got one more meet, and then you're off to the regionals. What's the expectation for this squad?
We want to go as far as we possibly can go. We want to make it back to a national championship. And so we are just, like I said, each week trying to build and go, what do we need to do? What do we need to change? How can we continue to move forward?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
make it to nationals.
Yep.
But we also know, we have to live in the moment. And although that is our goal, our first priority is this next meet. We have to build from there. And then we focus on the first day of regionals. And then the next day. I mean, it is a process. You cannot get ahead. Otherwise, you lose focus of what you need to do at that point in time.
We like to say,
One more question. Oh, sorry.
we like to say one skill at a time, and I really embody that because if you go ahead of yourself, it's not going to be good.
All right, let's go last question, Isaac.
I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the gold medalist in this lineup. Just what's it like to send her out on senior day with a 10, like she put up there?
She's been so close. I think, what has she had, 5 or 6 9.975s on the beam?
7 earned.
This
five on
year?
the beam, but 7 total.
Yeah, yeah. this year alone. She's been so close to that 10, so it was great to just break through that barrier. And her landings were awesome. And so it was amazing to see her score those 2 10s. And to get a 39.925, which is phenomenal. Yeah, she's
Crazy.
pretty amazing.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it's insane.
I don't think you guys understand how like nuts that is. Like, that is nuts.
Yeah,
Crazy.
she's amazing. I mean, we see those things happen every single day in the gym. She puts up routines that are perfect, and we're used to seeing that, but it never gets old, you know? So when it all comes together, it's magical because we know it doesn't come easy. I mean, she's had to fight for those 10s. So it was great to see all of that come together.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming on.
Hands.